in our societies, we outsource everything. It's like, you're not capable of protecting yourself. You must rely on the police for that. You're not capable of understanding your own health. You must have a doctor for that. You're not capable of understanding what to think. You must trust the news for that. You're not capable of educating yourself. You need a teacher for that.
Boycotting mortgage, that's dangerous thinking. Boycotting taxes, that's dangerous thinking. Boycott authority, dangerous thinking. Turn off the TV, it's way too misleading. Telling them lies until you believe it.
Little timer for us.
Yeah. Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frontlines Podcast, presented by Mindful Militant, episode 2. Mindful Militant is an autonomous collective based in Melbourne, Australia, that is designed to mechanise actions of revolutionary change while supporting the creation of alternative networks and institutions. To keep up with our constant projects, developments, and growth, you can visit the links in the description and come support us at Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Minds, and even join us in our Discord channel or at our new website. We have a website now, mindfulmilitants.org. More on all that later. Do you guys like my new updated introduction?
I do, but what is Minds?
Minds is basically a alternative to Facebook. It's like, I don't use it too much. I just got on it because there's a lot of truth-seeking people on there who get on there. But it's a encrypted, private, privacy concerned social media. And it's getting more and more traction all the time. It's getting more funding. It's good though. And the thing that's so interesting about Minds is, I think Facebook is scared of them because if you try and link Minds.com anywhere in Facebook, whether it's in a message or a post, it says this link is unsafe, and you have to literally put in a captcha code to post about it on Facebook.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I think that's the best marketing they could get. It's like Facebook is deliberately censoring Minds because they're like, oh shit, a social media platform that actually respects people's privacy. We can't have that. That ruins our whole business model. But it's good. I got on there because it's linked in. They have their own cryptocurrency and whatnot. And if you make blog posts on Minds through your profile and people read it, the traffic that you earn on that gets converted to this cryptocurrency. So you're sort of getting monetized for the traffic that you're bringing, whereas Facebook,
That's it.
And Instagram, Facebook, you're getting all this traffic for them, but they're not paying you anything really. And even if they are, and it's YouTube or whatever, and Google AdSense, it's fuck all of what they're actually making on the back end. So it's kind of paying people for shit that they're doing.
We should jump over to that platform.
Well, it's still it's nice, but it needs a lot of development. It's not quite something people are going to adopt, but it's getting better and better all the time and whatnot. But honestly, now we have our website, we don't even really need it all that much. It's good to connect with people. A lot of truth seekers, consciousness and stuff like that have their own version of Minds up on there.
So what's the website URL for us?
Mindfulmilitants.org.
Or because we're an organisation. Mindful Militants Orgy.
An orgy of free. An orgy of free niggas. Yeah, I thought about doing .com, but .org's
way better.
.org sounded more official.
Yeah. I hate .com.au.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so important.
Yeah.
I get it, we're in Australia, but we don't need that.
My email's about
Well, your email needs to change.
I just wanted my name, which is without any numbers and letters and shit, because it looks professional.
It does. Definitely does.
Yeah. So we're back here in the garage again. We've got a new table. It's not as ridiculously big and silly. We're using one microphone this time because, editing 3 microphones that are all different latencies is pretty tricky.
I spent 5 hours doing that.
Good job. I cracked the shit. I was just getting so angry with it. It was kind of cool how we just shared the files around.
I literally had to split every time someone talked, split the clip, change the volume. It was a bit of a nightmare. But here we are.
We're learning how to do podcasts. Yes.
And we missed the date for the podcast.
Yeah, we spent so long. The whole reason we filmed our first episode, well, not the whole reason, but the push that we got was so we could enter into Rhodes podcast. Competition, and we spent so long editing the audio tracks and we just missed the entry to the final contest. So it's just what can you do? What time do we start the podcast?
Sure.
Is there a timer on the laptop there, Matt?
22, so about
cool,
4 past.
Cool. Is there a time telling us how long we've been recording for?
5 minutes, 28 seconds.
Oh, really?
That's crazy. Let's talk about ourselves because we actually forgot to do that last time.
That's a great idea.
Kind of.
Yeah, we completely didn't even introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
That's probably what we should do on a pilot podcast episode.
So this is the new pilot. No, I'm kidding. I'm Katie and I am 21. I grew up in Melbourne, southeast suburbs, by the beach, and I study environmental science at the moment. I make psytrance. I read fantasy books a lot. Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
No, it's actually kind of really good though.
Yeah.
Like, not fan fiction specifically, but like just written form. It's
Yeah,
really good, and I
it's really
recommend
good.
everyone get into it. What else? I sound like a porn fanatic. That's okay. I like to garden. I have a cute bunny at my house. He's like a dwarf bunny. His name's Igor.
Igor.
Yeah, and he has his ears are like that big.
Igor's
He's so cute.
Your bunny
Bring
looks
him
like
in.
cuddly. Like I've had
He
bunnies
is.
before, and they just ain't down with the cuddles.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
they're
not really, but like
sweet as
I make him love me, so
It's
it's
like
okay.
It's like with my rats. Like,
Yeah.
I'm your father, and you
So
will love me.
cruel.
Like,
So cruel what you do. You just pick it up and it's like,
yeah, and I rub
they're
their
just
bellies.
like fucking freaking
Yeah.
out. It's like, get off.
Yeah, if you just rub them for long enough, maybe they'll love it, but they
I
kind of just
I
like,
think somewhere deep down, I think
yeah.
that's what I like.
Sure.
That's what I like to believe.
I don't even know
Keep
how
telling
else to
yourself
describe myself.
That's
Like,
pretty good introduction. You just shut
Yeah,
that
that
out.
was
Talking
good.
about myself and doing an intro. So I'm like, when I'm doing a cuddle letter, I hate talking about myself.
I feel like
Relatives.
I would describe myself as being like spiritually skeptic.
I like that.
So like, I like all the spiritual shit. I get into it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Like,
You have to be skeptical, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of toxic.
I like keeping it real,
It's a lot of like
toxic
poking
teachings.
being
and
open
that,
to shit,
yeah.
but also being open to the fact that it could be shit as well.
It's a lot of like, tokenistic, like spirituality. It's kind of like market assault. It's a lot of like very broad, and people like explaining to you. It's a lot of very broad, generalized spiritual advice. It's just like,
Way too abstract. So like, what are you even
Yes.
saying? Like, what does that even mean? What do you mean? Like,
I know,
energy?
and
Like,
it's like, we all know this, it almost doesn't need to be said.
yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it's so simple.
Yeah.
Like,
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of toxic, like escapism, in spirituality, like using it as an escape, and not dealing with your trauma, and just
Yeah.
being like, I'm enlightened, I control my mind, but really, like, you're just still brewing up all the same fucking toxic qualities. There's some really toxic people amongst the spiritual community.
Yeah, and I find that like being like used to hanging out with a lot of people in the spiritual community, a lot of people, when they propose these really generalized blanket statements, they're so general that people just go, they nod and just go, yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's like a circle jerk, like, yeah, I understand.
yeah, that makes
They're
sense.
woke, like, it's really just like, yeah. I'm gonna grab some water, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna fix this freak on this chair. This is
Oh
an
my
interesting
God.
podcast so far.
I know, I love it. Why don't you describe yourself, Josh?
So
Like
I am Josh. I am 25 years old. I make hip hop.
Yeah,
Been writing and rapping
What's a
since
hip-hop
I was 13 years old. Yeah, I mean, I'm into philosophy and spirituality and non-locality, non-local, which is short for non-local communication, which is a quantum physics term for your consciousness. Your mind is actually not located in your mind as we think it is, but it's non-local, so it's ever present. So consciousness is ever present, and yeah, so that's the concept.
Does that relate to quantum entanglement?
Yeah. I can't even remember, honestly. Yeah, it's been a while since I brushed up on my quantum physics and shit, but just the concept. I just go with the concept.
I've touched on my quantum physics.
Yeah, so I make hip hop. I don't know, I'm into activism and feel passionately about Indigenous sovereignty and Indigenous worldviews. Fuck yeah, like I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys.
It's so hard to like describe yourself.
Yeah.
Really. I should go, hi, I'm Dave, Dave ID. 23, I'm an alcoholic now. I'm an alcoholic.
You don't drink at all.
No, I don't really. I tried to drink a few times as a kid. I got drunk maybe like a handful of times. Just never really fucked with it too much. Like, I don't know, I felt always feel really nauseous, and the taste of like that ethanol taste would just like make my whole body like shudder and shiver. Which sucks because like I always wanted to go to bars, and like I've had so many friends try and like get me into drinking. And I remember I sort of enjoy this, like if I drink like, I don't like a cruiser or some shit, but then I have to drink like
really?
9 of them to get drunk. Then I'm worried about my teeth that doesn't get so much
Dude,
sugar.
you should drink Jägermeister.
Yeah, people say this shit, and then I try it, and I'm like, that tastes like
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, it's probably good. Like, fucking good.
I just smoked a weed, like,
Yeah, cool.
yeah, but I can't describe myself. I'm studying to be a kindergarten teacher. Got passions in education. I love activism. Been doing activism for a few years. I started off with a lot of animal agriculture, but I like to try and engage my focus more in holistic activism right now, and the all-encompassing interconnectedness that is the activism situation in the world that we live in. I like making videos.
You're kind of the
videos.
granddaddy of Mindful Militant as well.
I like to think I'm a co-founder. I like to think I planted the seed with Yola providing the compost and bringing the nutrients and helping the water. Mindful Militant spawned out of just a desire for a community, and I've always wanted to be a part of a group like this. And after looking for a said group for years, I realised ain't no one really doing what we're doing in Melbourne, at least. There's a few groups that are similar to these anarchist affinity groups in America, but it wasn't the only one doing it. I was just sick of waiting. So sometimes you got to create things you want to be a part of. So it's kind of what I did. And
Create, don't wait.
Yeah, and now it's at a space where it's becoming more autonomous, and people are contributing in their own things. We've got you doing your music, we've got you posting gardening stuff on Instagram, and it's just makes me people are doing camp trips and posting content. It's just it's makes my heart really fucking shine that we have this really uniform collective now. And what else? I'm a vegan chef. I'm not working at a vegan place at the moment. Love food's sick. I almost eat it every day. Whoa, right?
Really? You eat food every day?
Yeah, man. I also drink water
awesome,
daily.
Yeah,
I know, man. Do it all by myself.
That's really sick.
Thanks, man.
Is that water in there?
Yeah, surprisingly, man.
Holy shit.
This is
Is that gels?
Yeah, I stole this bottle from the hospital.
Really? I stole these shoes and they're worth $1,000. I told myself I wasn't going to say this on the podcast.
We're going to edit that out. We're going to edit that out.
I was so drunk and I was really young and I stole them and then I looked at the price tag after and it was $1,000 and I was like,
Fuck
what
yeah.
the fuck? There were no cameras in the shop. I don't know how it happened.
I've done the
Crazy.
slippery 5-finger discount guns my young childhood. Usually never from small businesses.
No, that's so dumb.
This is just the podcast where I just incriminate myself. This is actually my police confession.
Yeah, so this will be...
Yeah, we actually have Matthew here now, who's behind. Matthew's like the Jamie of the podcast.
Shut up, Matthew.
Hey guys.
Yeah, and he works for the. What do you do again?
I'm a 000 call taker.
000
Works
call
for 000.
Techer?
And now he's
Techer, yeah.
now he's called.
Are you saying taker or techer?
Taker.
Oh, taker.
Techer. Sounds cool. So like a techer.
I'm a call.
Is that the technical term for it? I'm a call taker.
Call taker, yeah.
Right, that's the actual your job title.
Yep.
Call taker. Okay.
You can move up to be a dispatcher if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
Now he's call taker.
Dispatcher daddy.
Eventually, we want to get a TV here so we can pull up articles and talk about them. We can have our own Jamie, but
Yeah.
fucking way more work.
I brought my laptop though, so we can look up the human design.
Proper,
And I can actually explain it properly because you know what? Let's just transition into that.
Yeah.
So
We touched on this last podcast a little bit.
yeah, and I didn't do the best job. So basically, the human design is a logical system that brings together the principles of a bunch of different shit. Basically, it uses your birth date, time, and birthplace to reveal your genetic design. It shows you where and how to access your body's consciousness as a decision-making tool, and ultimately how to live as your true self. So it basically offers a map that indicates you as a unique person and how you can live in a manner that's in sync with who you kind of are. Because when we live in alignment with our true nature, we begin to experience a level of comfort and acceptance for who we actually are, and we can live out our real purpose in the world. So if that starts to sound lit to you, then it fucking is.
Who developed this?
I can't remember what his name is, but I think he was just some dude that studied a bunch of shit and he just meditated on it, and yeah, I don't really know. So I mean, there's four types of kind of people. There's generators, projectors, manifestors, reflectors, and then there's a hybrid, which is manifesting generator. I don't know why that's not in there, but, you know, I guess it's a part of the generators and manifestors together. So my one is the manifesting generator.
What is that?
Basically, when I look at something that I want to do, I'll feel it in my, like, sacral chakra, and it'll be this, like, really big excitement, and I just have to kind of do that thing. And it also means that, like, I find it really hard to concentrate on just one thing, which I've always noticed I have in my life. Like, you know, I'll start doing music and I'll get really into that for a couple months, and then I'll find something else. And I'll still like music, but I'll want to follow that new thing. And I've always wondered, like, why can't, you know, I see all these people that are, like, really good at playing the piano and they're, like, professional, and I've never gotten to that level where I'm, like, you know, I feel like I'm a full pro at something, and I feel like it's a problem, but it also means that I can branch out through a bunch of different shit. A lot of, like...
You're adaptable, a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
That's powerful. I was, like, the same in high school, and, like, there was this kid that always used to, like, try and give me shit. He's like, why do you always go through phases, man? Like, you always just pick something up, whether it's graffiti, you'll do that, and you'll do it hard for, like, 2 or 3 months, then I'll do something else, I'll do gaming, or I'll do video editing, or whatnot. And I always just tell him, just like, how can you not be just, like, enthralled in all the awesome shit there is to do in your lifetime? I could live 100 lifetimes, and it would still be shit I want to do.
Yeah.
And it always perplexes me. I guess some people, like, they need to find themselves or whatnot, but people say, like, they don't have hobbies or interests of, like, any kind. I'm like, look at the planet that you live on, the society that you're in, all the just different intersecting how do people just, like, not have hobbies? I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah, there's some people that just content going about their lives and identifying themselves based on their job and NPCs.
Surrounded by fucking NPCs.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so the human design. It sounds like a way that you can get to know yourself a bit better and how you operate, and so that when because it will shine light on your qualities, and it'll probably give you explanations as to why, like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah,
this
and
is
also
why
like
I'm like that. This is
where
why I
you
do
feel
that.
certain things in your body, like it's all connected to different energy channels as well, and it's, you know, you can work on opening them up and.
Should we do my test on the
Yeah,
podcast?
so you're a manifestor.
Gang.
Yeah.
So this is Dave's human design.
Yeah.
Manifesting up potentiality.
Read it out. Okay. You have access to incredible power which can be turned on suddenly and without warning. You have to be in control of your life, and you don't really like anyone telling you what to do or how to do it. They need as much freedom as possible to live their life and carve out their own destiny according to their own rules. They are not here to wait, they are here to initiate and have impact on others and the world around them. If they don't get the freedom of action that they need, then watch out. You may have been restricted as a child, maybe by your parents or your teachers or other significant adults. And yeah, so basically you have a natural curiosity, and you're the only one type that can truly initiate action freely. Yeah, so you're basically a manifestor. Like, you can fucking do shit, man.
I'll fuck with that. I feel like a lot of those points, a lot of people don't like their lives governed and controlled by others.
Yeah.
But yeah, I resonate with a lot of that stuff.
I mean, there's a whole lot in this, so it's like...
Bring up the most relevant stuff.
Okay.
So you can...
Manifestors will be able to... I don't know how to, like, generalize this.
It's like a conscious personality test.
Like that, what's that one called, like the letters and shit? Like you do the personality test, you get like 4 letters, it's like a code for your type of personality. There's like a word for it. And people always ask me like what mine is, and I'm just like, I haven't done it in years. It's just like you're an extrovert, introvert. No, it's like a psychology test.
Oh, okay.
And you get like a sequence.
Oh yeah, that's the Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah,
I'm a
33.
33 degree
Fucking no, 33.6. My number. Actually, no, that's my life. That's the life purpose system. Sorry, that's another one, kind of like human design. That's based on your birth date. Anyway.
Okay, here we go. I'll just read the main point. So, as a manifestor, you have an internal, non-verbal, creative flow that you need to follow. It bypasses language and goes straight into doing energy. So it's like, you're verbal, but when you feel like you need to do something, it's like really inside of yourself.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm very verbal. The amount of, especially like verbal creative, like the amount of oral presentations I winged in high school, just made up on the spot, and then like got full in high school, was just like that was like my strongest subject. Was, like oral presentations. Everyone else was just like
You're so good at talking.
Yeah,
I'm
I feel like
nervous with that. Like, why are you nervous by talking? Like, I do get it. I get it.
I don't get it. Like, I feel like it's one of the things that children should be educated with at a young age. You're uncomfortable standing in front of an audience and projecting your thoughts and your ideas and your opinions, and if that just makes you so much anxiety. It's like there were kids in my high school that were trying to get a medical certificate to get out of doing an oral presentation because it provided them too much anxiety. That was one. There was like 7 kids in my class that tried that, and I'm like, you're a fucking pussy. Like I get it, but like face your fears, learn to project it, and like the topics like things you could be like passionate about. I'm just like, I feel like that's like, I don't know, it's one of the most key things. So I guess it's just like a lot of people just aren't used to talking up and whatnot. We live in this inocular society where like people just used to harking their opinion on to actually like have the self-confidence to be like, here I stand with conviction, these are my ideas, if you don't like it, either go fuck yourself or let's have a conversation.
Yeah, and as kids, we're taught to shut down. We're taught to keep our voices closed. You know, a lot of the modern parenting is like, you know, shut up and do what you're told, and you know, speak when you're spoken to type thing. And that just shuts down. You know, people, like kids learn to shut down at that age with that shit.
Yeah, people don't believe they're worthy of having an opinion. We outsource our opinions to like external entities. Like, oh, I don't need to talk about the news because someone else covers that. We got Sky News telling me what to fucking think and what to believe. We got journalists doing that for us and whatnot. So it's just like people like, and that's why I love things like YouTube and whatnot, because it gives a platform to people who can just go on and have a commentary, like we're even doing like now. Like people can have an opinion and put it out there. It might not be the right opinion, it might not be the wrong opinion, but it's yours and it's inherently valuable because it's your perspective.
It's weird that our whole lives we're taught that we need to be like kind of governed by someone. Like it starts with our parents, which is why it's so important as a parent to kind of consciously dismantle that, you know, rule system.
The experts.
And then you're taught by your teachers, like, you have to listen to us.
Yeah.
And then that kind of coincides with the police and
the government
and like following all the laws. Like, it's just so deeply ingrained in us that it starts with like, you know, I'm sure being a parent is hard, but I don't know, I follow a few like pretty conscious parents on Instagram and they talk about how it's the first step to really creating sovereignty and anarchy and teaching people to be individuals and think for themselves instead of, you know, being like so much squashing down, like stop doing that, be quiet, be quiet. Like
so much suppression. So much suppression, it just it feeds, and then kids take that with them throughout their whole lives, and we wonder why we have a populace of zombified fucking people who can't speak up for themselves or stand up for themselves or.
That's why I love that movement, like the
think for themselves.
That's why I love like the de-schooling movement. It's just like get your kids out of school, and you must not school them. You must de-school them. You must undo all the programming they copped in school, so they can be more in tune. And we in our societies we outsource everything. It's like you're not capable of protecting yourself. You must rely on the police for that. You're not capable of understanding your own health. You must have a doctor for that. You're not capable of understanding what to think. You must trust the news for that. You're not capable of educating yourself. You need a teacher for that. Like I was like, you know, I'm like. When I hopefully become a parent, I hope I can, you know, defend my family, educate my family, grow like food, and it's also like you're not capable of like sustaining yourself. You need to rely on Woolworths for that. Every element of our survival, education, and basic food needs is done by an external source. So it's just like, of course, a lot of people don't feel confident and capable because they don't fucking do anything for them, and it's like they don't do things that are basic to their survival, like their own education and their own nutrition and their own building their own shelter. Everything is outsourced. So of course, comes crippled with anxiety because they don't have any sense of self-identity. Like doing things for themselves.
They're taught to be reliant.
Word. And now we can go beyond that. Now we're just outsourcing everything about our country as well. Like not just ourselves, but our resources in our country, right?
Yeah, and so
we outsource ourselves. Well, not we, but like Australia outsources its own fucking resources to other countries.
Yeah, it's like as above, so below. Like, you know, you've got the individual who's reliant on all these fucking systems, and then you have countries that are then reliant on all the other countries, and that's what they want because they don't want countries to be independent. They don't want individuals to be independent.
No, they want everything working off each other, so everyone's self-reliant on each other. It's a system of like globalism. You don't have self-sustaining communities, self-reliant communities. Who needs that? Like,
We've got a timer over here. 1 minute. What's that mean?
1 minute.
Dun, dun, dun.
Good point. I
We're
don't
about
know.
to be shut down.
It might stop after a minute, but it might like just click record again. If
It's
stops.
still
Just
recording?
Keep an eye on it. Yeah, it's still recording in the top left.
I don't know if it's battery or if it's like SD card.
It might be battery, but I think it might not be able to record. It might have a limit on like what you can record in a single session because the camera might get hot.
Oh, true. Can we just like stop recording and start recording
I think
again?
we can.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties on the Mindful Militant podcast. Like, bear with us.
We're learning
We're
as we
getting
go.
better slowly.
Learning as we go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's what life's about.
Yeah,
Learning
you
as
just
go.
Yeah, you just do it instead of like trying to sort it out. Spend time trying to sort it the fuck out. Like, just do it, and you'll learn as you go.
Yeah, it's interesting that
Yeah.
difference between like learning through experience and learning through like, studying something. Like both are pretty important, but experience definitely helps a lot.
Running off the podcast set.
Yeah.
Running around and Bruce Lee's head cut off.
Goose with his head cut off.
So, the
Is that a phrase?
Pardon?
A goose with his head cut off.
Oh, shit, no.
Actually, it is now.
It's a chicken with his head.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
literally
no,
thought you
that's
had a
okay.
Barocca there.
I wish.
Wow.
So we just get on here and we talk shit, hey, Matt's just like, "Dude, these guys are just chilling. Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's the best way, just fucking talk shit. Like, we sort of have some kind of talking points today, which we didn't have last time. Yes, sweet. It's on the back side, it's like a red button.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
No, it's just like your hands in front of the viewfinder, so it'll turn off the screen, I think. Bear with us, folks.
Oh, do a rap while we're waiting.
Yeah, spin a freestyle.
Okay, I'll start.
Spit a freestyle. Yeah, we kick it. Meanwhile, we're talking about the population being senile, even though they're not fucking old, but they're dying, their brains are sold off to the corporations and they're in pain, but they can't see it. They're blinded by their own frustration and their own resentments. But we kick it like with the free flow expression,
You're getting better at freestyle,
I'm trying,
man. You're getting better.
Expression,
You're actually getting way
succession.
Succession.
Yeah, expressing
In another
succession.
dimension.
I packaged my words into a Smith & Wesson and I continued the lesson. The class is now in session. Yeah, I'm chilling with my crew. These people are my brethren. Yeah, this is my self-expression. Yeah,
I feel like I'm in heaven. I'm
yeah.
gonna send it up to the sky. I'm feeling pretty high, but I kind of forgot the point while I'm smoking this joint. We on a podcast, casting our thoughts to the river down the Nile,
Yeah.
making me smile with the muscles that twitch, giving me an itch to keep on going.
Yeah.
Flowing
Down
like the ocean, coming with that potent motion. We brewing up the most divine of potions, kicking the shit fast on the podcast. We got the raw bars for get. Yeah, I don't know.
And
Yeah,
we're putting up the mast of the boat.
Yeah, fuck it.
Cool. Dave.
What's the talking points? Where are we at?
Well, I think we need to talk about what happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
True,
Yeah,
true.
that was.
So this might be heavy, but
Story time.
yeah, so I had a near-death experience. Like interesting experience. So I was driving back on the winter solstice from the lush area of Gembrook in Victoria, very mountainous, windy roads. Just bought my new car recently. I've been driving for a few years, but still not experienced on those roads. It's coming around a bit too quickly. Wasn't still under the speed limit. I don't hoon. I think hooning's fucking dumb. I'm still like a very, very good driver. Like you should not be hooning at all. And yeah, came around a bend that was wet in the morning from the rain. Veered off the side of the left hand of the road, T-boned a tree at 70 kilometers an hour, flipped the car, windscreen smashed, windows smashed, all my camp gear from inside the car ejected out of the side of the car. I was 10 meters along the road.
So intense.
Hummus all over the road, like a whole tub of Unis hummus.
Was there birds? Was there birds that come down?
No. Too much activity for that. And then it was one of the most probably scary experiences of my life. When it happens so quickly. You go from I'm out of control to shit, I'm upside down. Shit, there's glass all over me. Shit, the car's still on. I can't turn it off. And I just chucked it in the ignition. When it happens, I felt like I was dreaming. That surreal. When you have a hectic experience in a dream, you're like, is this fucking real sort of thing? And it's super surreal. And then you sort of come to and you're like, oh shit, you don't know again. Go I didn't know if I was off a cliff or whatever. And the car was still moving, so it just banged into park. And then got out and just the whole side of the car was just damaged and whatnot. And just processing a situation like that is it's just like you're just in disbelief. You're like, that seriously just happened. Like you hear about it, but you never know it can happen to you. It's given me a lot to process. I'm still processing a lot of it now. I was alright. My friend who was in the back of the machine, she got like some damage to her lower back with some fractured vertebrae. She's walking around there, which is fine. Absolutely amazing. All I got was some sore ribs as well. That's really it. Car was insured 2 days before the accident, which was funny to explain to my insurance company. And I have an interview on Monday on the phone for the fraud investigation team. But it's gonna be fine. It's just a formality. It's hard to fucking fake something like that. The cops that came were like okay, but like they were kind of really annoying to deal with. And I'm now being charged and summoned to court for driving reckless driving, and like if getting injured and traumatized is enough. I didn't do any damage to like any other vehicles, not the road, not the side, not even a tree. I just damaged to myself and my friend, who's like, is very forgiving of that and understands the situation. It's just an accident, and now they think they want to waltz me into court and try and charge me for something.
I think that's like a common procedure with any accident. With any accident, this charge is laid out for careless driving. So, but you can contest it if you have valid reason. I mean, valid reason being that like the roads. You said that there wasn't a sign that maybe that corner that wasn't signed properly. With the
that weekend as well.
That's a heavy fucking experience.
How do you feel now? Like, are you having like flashbacks of it and stuff?
Yeah, like when I was driving around windy roads and shit like that, whenever I come on videos off the white line of a road, I started internally like reading out of it, and I'm like, that car's too close. They're going around. It's just when I go around a corner like too fast, and I feel the car like move. Yeah. I'm like, it's literally like sort of like minor PTSD, and I'll definitely get over it. I don't know how I'll go driving in those hills again. I think driving around Siberia I'll be fine. But it's a thing, and it's just like the whole processing of the whole thing in itself, and saying shit like like when people say like, you could die tomorrow, like sounds cliche, but after like an experience like that, it's just like you literally could fucking die tomorrow. So like ain't no time to waste on your dreams. So. Motivational quote. But car like even like 60-70 kilometers doesn't really feel that fast until you go and control the car and it's like on the side. Like then it feels like fast. And it can all happen in the blink of an eye. So if you're driving in the forest, go fucking slow. Go really slow, like slower than the fucking speed limit. Like,
take care of yourselves. There's a lot of fucking accidents happening on the road, man. You gotta be careful. I've been lucky as when you're talking about those dudes like don't fucking do anything stupid. I used to be one of those. When I had the Subaru,
Subies, man.
Yeah, I mean a friend of mine taught me some like techniques like advanced driving techniques. Like how to take the apex of the corner and brake before you enter the corner and accelerate through it. And if you just practice doing those things, you don't even have to be driving fast. You just practice doing those things, braking before you enter the corner, accelerating through it. So like
Accelerating.
So accelerating through it, or even just rolling through it, so not braking at all. But accelerating through it gradually, like starting off slow, and then upping the pace as you're exiting the corner. Those things just help because that gives your car traction when you're accelerating. So just things like that. And so I learned those things from a mate of mine, and I was just like, those roads up in the hills.
It's probably good to learn those things.
So fun.
It's probably good learning. And I think there is a thing you can call an advanced driving course where you go into situations and they have like puddles and shit. They deliberately make the car slide and it teach you how to like recover and stuff like that.
I think just I'm so scared doing that.
I think I want to do one of those.
I didn't want to tell you, but I'm gonna get you a defensive driving course for your birthday.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. So once you got your new car,
I think it's a good idea for anyone. And
I want to do it too. So.
Yeah.
I remember I was like on the way to this it was like an advanced driving course kind of thing that I had to do for insurance to get like 10% off or something like that. I didn't want to do it. My dad was like, "You have to do this." And so I went there and I was like late on the way there and I was so stressed that when I got there, I literally parked into this pole and like parked up the back of my car and the instructor just watching me like, what the fuck?
Pulling into the driving lesson.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving up in windy hills is a lot different to driving into earlier. And like the pen, like because like if you go off the roads like here, sometimes you might hit the car, but really it's like the side of a street. You probably will be fine. There is just trees and embankments and hills and shit like that. So,
steep drops.
Margin for yeah, I'm lucky to go over a steep drop. Yeah, apparently someone died on that road that same week, according to my friend. So.
Wow.
Yeah, not the best road.
Well, that's a reason to contest it, as well. It's like it's a dangerous corner.
Yeah, we were watching my interview on the police body cam. Funny thing about Victorian police body cams the other day is like when police they will film you, but they have a button on the side where they can turn the microphone on and off. So
and they generally, it seems that they won't have it on unless they're doing an interview where they need it to be recorded.
Yeah.
So otherwise they'll just be recording you, and they could be saying fucking anything.
Yeah, they
wait,
and
they, what?
Yeah.
They do that.
So on the video, the first like 45 seconds, there's no audio, and I thought my signal's working. In 45 seconds, just when they start interviewing me, the microphone turns on. Yeah. And it, all on there is blind. So like, what's the point of fucking body cam? If like A, they can turn when it's on, and then they can turn when the microphone's on. Yeah. They can control it with a button. Like,
They should be able to do that.
And they use it too, because there was recently a cop came out. There was a video of a cop in New South Wales harassing these Indigenous dudes, these Indigenous kids, right? And it makes sense now because he probably wouldn't have been recording the audio, but this cop was harassing these Indigenous kids to get a reaction. And that's what they do. That's what the cops do. That's their tactic. Is they'll, and this happens in Western Australia and probably all over the country. There's a common tactic of cops to fucking go up and harass Indigenous people, get a reaction so that they can get an arrest, and then that arrest is, meeting their quota or whatever. And so this cop went and harassed these Indigenous kids. And of course they fucking arc up. Like, of course you're gonna. Like, if some cops just harassing you for no fucking reason, you're gonna arc up. And so the kids arced up, like they just got verbal. And then the cop just comes up to one of the kids.
Apparently they were dissing the cop.
Yeah, but like those guys were just like, the cops were harassing them. They were trying to incite. You could tell in the video, the cop was actually trying to incite them. So, and so they arc up back. The cop comes and like grabs this kid, kicks his feet out, and he just face plants, and this kid is then like on the ground moaning because he's like taking a hard hit to the concrete to the face. And so that shit happens. So they probably don't even fucking record the audio so they can get away with doing that,
Yeah.
Because if that had that audio of that cop harassing and inciting those dudes,
it should be remote controlled. Like I don't
cops?
know.
They are, man. They're controlling
No,
don't say that because they'll justify their drones, man.
I hate that. Have you seen that video of the robot dog?
Like the Boston Dynamics.
Yeah, dude.
Robot dog.
Oh
Those
my
are
God,
fucking
so
scary, man. Imagine them like running around, like
fuck
forcing
that,
fucking
dude.
COVID.
Fuck
Yeah.
that
That's the
shit.
future,
No
bro.
way.
They made it, and they made these videos,
And they
look
kick
so
it over and
cute,
shit,
and then
yeah.
they're patting it, and you're like, oh, that shit. No, I was
That's
just
fucked
the
up,
whole time I was
bro.
watching the video.
Those
I
are gonna
was,
be-
guns on them, like,
Those are going to be
that.
running around like forcing COVID compliances. Like, they already have drones
Yeah.
in America that measure your social distancing. They measure your like temperature from a fucking drone.
Well, the thing is that my friend told me that apparently the army did that in Melbourne, like they flew drones over like the suburbs.
That's in Greer, I think?
I don't know, somewhere around. His friend was like working on it.
Dude,
Like,
Yeah, right.
Going
Well,
through
in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Whoa,
It was when the
yeah.
lockdown was on and you couldn't have.
Oh,
Yeah,
and they're beaming down messages. It's like fucking Orwellian as fuck. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
you must be inside. COVID-19 is affecting your area. Like,
going through the
so
hospital.
Orwellian.
Yeah, going through the hospital system. When I was going to the hospital by accident during this COVID shit was the most annoying fucking thing. Like, can't get so many things with like the cafes. They have this. You walk in and it's like security guards, blah blah blah. People come up to you, they ask you what's cool, and you walk through, you go stand on a box, and there's this camera in the distance, and there's a screen, there's a thermal imaging screen. This camera measures your face when you walk in, and it wirelessly shows you like, what temperature you are. And I'm walking in like, what the fuck is like, oh, you stand here? I'm like, why? Like,
Where's the
what is
privacy
this?
in that?
I'm like, what is this? Like, oh, it's to measure your temperature. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'll just use like the
They
guns.
scan your face.
Yeah, it's in his face and it comes in and they're like, oh, can you take your beanie off? I'm like, why? Like, we need to see your forehead. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's like a wireless
Scanning your
temperature
brain.
checker. And I'm like, she's like, and the lady's like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? And I'm like, cool ain't the word I would use, lady. Like,
Did you say that?
yeah, I'm like, cool ain't the word I would use. Creepy is the word I'd use. Like, so
Yeah.
people had
I
a fight in the cafeteria.
was coming back from Thailand this year and they were just starting the temperature stuff. And I was like, this is so cool. Oh my god. And I was laughing about it, like, And I had no idea what was happening. And then, like, a month later, it was like, oh
shit.
Those temperature things are really cool. We have one at work, and I'll just like when I'm bored, I'll just like shoot things at the wall like 30 degrees, and I'll like shoot it at like the like where the fucking stoves are, and I'll like measure like how hot like the cast iron is on the stove, like 300 degrees. And I shoot it like on the grill, and it's like 400. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, I'll shoot it inside the fridge, and it's like 3 degrees.
Yeah,
So
that's the cops out there with the
everything.
population.
Yeah, it's
You
like
have to click a button.
yeah, it's like a laser pointer, but it like the dot measures your temperature.
How does it measure it? Is it metal?
It's trippy, yeah.
It's infrared shit. Like, I don't know.
That's weird.
Measures it wirelessly somehow, just from the dot that's on your skin. Like, beep, 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 beep. There's another one that the similar thing, you do it, but it shows you how far something is, like how many meters away it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow, that's kind of handy.
Yeah, me and Liam met a dude outside Revs once, and he was just like, we were like cooked, and we were just chatting with him. He's like wearing a suit, and he just randomly pulls out this like distance measurer and just starts like scanning things. He's like, oh yeah, that's 80 meters away. And I'm like, why do you have that in your pocket? He's like, I don't know. Like,
That's so.
was
How far can it go?
so random. We've got like a couple hundred meters though.
Well, what else could you have one of those for? Maybe like it can scan the smell of something and tell you exactly what it is.
There was a thing that these Danish
Smell of something.
I wish you
Okay.
could send smells to people like over the phone.
one day.
That's Claire, what do they call it? Claire Gustance. Claire Gustance is like smell and taste. A friend of mine has it. She has Claire Gustance. Literally, she's been on the phone with people and she's been able to taste chicken. She's like tripping out on the phone. And then I'll tell her, oh, we're just cooking up some chicken soup or something. It's like, what the fuck?
Like, there's this thing that these Danish physicists were making. This was years ago. It got funded on Kickstarter. I'm not sure if it's around now. I think they were beta testing it years ago. It's a pocket molecular scanner. So in scientific lab, you have a molecular scanner that breaks down the molecules of like light, of like what an actual like chemical is or a substance is or whatever.
Sorry, camera turned off.
I think the camera just turned off.
That's all
Maybe
good.
switch it off and then back on.
Sorry, dude.
All good. You gotta switch to the left. Take a switch.
To the left.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Are we gonna freestyle again? Every time we have technical difficulties. Yo,
Yeah. What?
we got
Keep it going.
difficulties and entities coming up in our vision like we. I don't know what rhymes with entities.
Got divine energy.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah, you got many arms like a centipede. We
Oh,
kick
yeah,
it
that's
endlessly.
Many
I
arms
don't
like a
know.
centipede.
I'm not the
While
best
we
freestyler.
impede on the impending doom.
Mm.
And we're going down that sand dune on a raft, trying to learn our craft, trying to master the skill while we're going in for the kill, and we're feeling thrilling, killing, slilling.
Slilling. A milligan for your
Michigan in the USA.
Michigan and your Minnesota. Yo, we kicking it. We with you over the border and over the ocean. We for you. Your fight is fuck.
Your fight is nothing but a little commotion.
Your
I
fight
don't
is dope,
need this
nah.
to set me in motion, cause I'm going with the ill potion, getting me real sick, making my worlds real slick, and I'm feeling kinda thick, in the brain kinda foggy, trying to forget what it is that makes me foggy, makes me misty in the mind. I'm thinking about behind, not the future or the past, I'm just forever on the grind. So I kick back and listen to my eyes be slack while I speed up on this track. Trip over that crack into ultimate dimensions when I want to record what I want to get when I set the right intentions and I receive what is presented to me while I'm flying high like a bee and I'm becoming number one while I listen to this song. Don't get me wrong, 'cause I'm right like a cat at night or a falling static kite in a cave 'cause I like to rave. But I really don't shade that much.
You guys can talk about
Put my hand on the clutch of the car while I'm setting it in motion. And I said that before, but it's okay, cause I'm repeating shit, cause that's just how it works, quantum physically.
Shit!
Oh shit!
That was dope, yo. You kept that going.
Back online.
Bring it back.
Nah, that was fun.
Back at 100%. Camera went flat. We'll work on how to tether that to a computer. I reckon the next one we'll connect it to the computer so it always has power. That one's still going on. So, yeah, we out here with the official setup, yo. What was I talking about? Like, no idea.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm
I
sorry.
have no idea.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Alright.
Yeah, it gets like that.
Let's talk about aliens.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So we watched.
Actually,
What is it? CE5.
Close Encounters of the Fifth
Yeah.
Kind by Stephen Greer, which is a disclosure alien documentary. It's one of 3. So it's unacknowledged disclosure, then there's Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. And Stephen Greer's a sick cunt. He went on the Mum's Basement podcast, which is a podcast hosted by Paige Banks and Keemstar, who are 2 YouTubers I follow. They're really popular YouTubers. And Stephen Greer's a mad cunt. I think he was like a trauma surgeon. So people when they go in the ER, he does like those emergency surgeons. So like, cunt's got money, cunt's got clout. Cunt doesn't need to become a ufologist. Like, that's like sort of taking a step back in your career. But like, there's a lot of these other ufologists. They're a sort of no one. You know, they're like this sort of inocular, like introverted conspiracy theorists, and they sort of want to become a ufologist for like clout. This guy did the opposite, which is really like adds to his credibility.
So you're defending him. You're defending him, are you?
I don't know.
Because you're introducing him, but you're also justifying the case against him at the same time. Like, you know, because he has questionable information.
Oh yeah, of
Good
course.
Yeah.
Like the substance matter that he's talking about is like meditating to fucking contact aliens and put lights in the sky.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty
He
controversial statement.
Yeah, 100%.
didn't he?
Pardon?
He got abducted, didn't he?
Yeah, well, no, he didn't get abducted.
He had an
He had an experience where he was 7 to 8 years old, seeing a UFO ship, I think, or some lights in the sky. I think it was actual ship. He saw the
Didn't he meet a being as well? We had a close encounter of the first. What's that?
It's the 4th kind. Yeah,
abduction.
So there's
Technically,
Abduction.
yeah. So there's a scale. Close encounters of the first kind is seeing extraterrestrial activity, like lights in the
UFOs.
sky. Yeah. Close encounters of the second kind is like physical evidence. Like you might see the dimensions of the ship, or you might see a crop circle, like a laser or
Oh
something
my
like
god,
that.
love crop circles.
Yeah, I love crop circles.
They're fucking amazing, eh?
Close encounters of the third kind is you see the pilots of the ship or the life forms on it. Close encounters of the fourth kind is where you get abducted and you go onto the ship. Close encounters of the fifth kind is where you have human-initiated contact. So instead of them contacting you, you can actually contact them instead, which is what Stephen Greer talks about and educates and has a platform for educating. You know, he has an app as well. But yeah, Ellie told me about Stephen Greer years ago and told me about the CE5 app that you used to have, and how you can meet people doing this like a meditative guided meditation where you use crop circle tones and a few other things to like sort of astral project yourself into the solar system and then like bring yourself back down as a way of like hollow location of like
it's pretty trippy shit.
It's
guys.
like cosmically
it's pretty trippy shit.
It's like cosmically like sharing your location. Like it's like
Astral
pinning,
projection's
dropping
like
a pin. Like,
fucking hard.
but it's like astral projection of like you have the like as real as like a DMT experience, or there's one where you just have a very like strong daydream and you kind of just can like imagine yourself. You've had daydreams where it's just like really vivid.
Yeah.
You feel like you can actually kind of see it. It's like that's sort of like it's what.
And you can
That makes
initiate it.
sense.
And you can initiate it consciously just by visualization, because that's what our power of visualization is. Ultimately,
conscious and thought
is a way of projecting your mind. You know, so. If you can visualize a scene with trees and like a beautiful place that you love, like just start with visualizing that and seeing yourself there.
Yeah.
And then, so that's kind of one of the ways that they teach remote viewing, astral projection.
I feel like in DMT as well, like that to me seems pretty. It seems like you're coming in contact with some kind of alien force, like that.
You're definitely like crossing the highways
Lots
of
of beings.
consciousness.
Yeah. Like what are those beings in that
Yeah,
realm? Are they the aliens?
Yeah, and all like
Or
so many
just projections
experiences.
of your own hallucinations.
But when people see like
There's
the
consistency.
same thing,
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like with sleep paralysis, when you see like I've seen the man in the hat, and like so many people have seen that all around the world. It's like how does that? What?
Yeah, it's like, is there some kind of universal human nature where like we see the same type of visuals? Because it's like, because it's like when people have like LSD experience, the patterns and the geometry can be like very similar to different websites where they break down all the little aesthetic visual elements of psychedelic experience, and there's like all different terms for it and shit like that. There's like scene splicing and like introspective, like
geometry, 2-dimensional geometry, 3D, 4D, 5D.
Oh my god, what is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. It's up a website called disregardeverythingisay.com. They're the same people that created the Psychonaut Wiki, and they have 2 sections that are the visual components of the psychedelic experience and the cognitive. So the cognitive is all like, acceleration of thought and stuff like that. And the visuals like all the actual stuff that happens to you, and like traces and whatnot. And it's like a Bible. You can look through it, and it's like there's so many different points and whatnot.
Disregard everything.
Yeah, say.com. It's funny. There's like a quote on the site which I always use. They have that quote on the site. It's like, transcending this mortal plane with the power of hallucinogenic induced nerd rays, tripping good in the name of science for the good of the cosmos.
Fuck yeah.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, Psychonauts.
Yeah, because the whole premise of the website is like, it's all the psychedelic advice. It's like the whole website, like, just like, yeah, I'm not a professional doctor. Just like, just disregard everything I say. Like, I'm not a professional.
That's why it's titled.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Which is great.
Yeah.
It's a funny idea. But yeah, because Ellie told me about Stephen Greer yonks ago, and only just looking into him, watched the documentary. I think one of the documentaries on Netflix, I think. For the rest, you can access it. It's just an interesting thing. We got the CE5 app, and these people meet up in Melbourne and Sweden and all these different places where they sit in circles and they try this CE5 meditative experience, and they have documented cases apparently of lights in the sky, beings, even multi-dimensional entities coming down in the form of light and like healing this dude's fucking like deafness and like all these interesting things. Do I believe that? I don't fucking know. I don't believe things until I have like.
I mean, I'm open to it.
Yeah,
I'm open to it because I've fucking seen one of these things. So I know this shit is more than just like what you see on the internet for me. Like, this has been actualized above my fucking head. So there is shit out there.
Speak about that experience.
There is shit out there that would just it would just blow our fucking minds. That's like the honest truth. We're kept so much in like this box of how reality is meant to function that we're so like disconnected from what's actually fucking out there, and the magic of technology, but also the magic of life on Earth. In connection with other civilizations. Like, that shit is just like incredible. But
you reckon aliens are already here?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, for sure. So I saw a craft. It was like, you guys have heard the story, I think. So I was in Infantry Gully. I was listening to one of those fucking spiritual gurus we were talking about earlier, Abraham Hicks. So Abraham Hicks is like this chick that her name is Esther, but she channels this fucking collective consciousness named Abraham.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
anyway, I was listening to her, and I was outside having a coffee, having a smoke, and I was listening to her words. She says there is more to reality than our 5 senses. And as she fucking says this, I look up and there's a fucking craft hovering above my house. It's moving, it's constant, it's like in a slow movement. And it's big and black, and it's probably like 200 meters high, but it's got no lights, it's got no sound whatsoever. And like, I know what I saw, I know how to measure distance and the size of an object. It was probably at least 10 meters in length, in circumference. Didn't make any noise. No noise.
And was it hovering, or was it just moving?
It was moving constant, and it was like at a constant velocity in the same direction. No, it was quite slow actually.
Okay.
So I was able to watch it for maybe 10, 15 seconds. So it kind of went over some trees, right, and then I had to jump up in my house and watch it from the roof. And it just went in a straight consistent line until it just disappeared into the fucking horizon. It was like kind of circular, but it wasn't. It was like circular but rough. That's the only way I can just describe it. Is circular but rough, because it kind of looked like it had edges, but it was circular in ultimate shape. So it was really weird. It was kind of like it had bumps and stuff on it.
Like, was it like thin or was it?
It was quite thick, I think. Like, once I was able to see it from my house and watch it over as it travelled over the horizon, it looks quite thick. Yeah, but maybe like 3-5 meters in thickness.
Well, I was listening to this podcast the other day, and they were talking about one of the species of aliens that they believe is out there. I can't remember who it is. Maybe the
Andromeda
praying mantis. Praying mantis.
Okay.
It could be those. I don't know.
This one.
Yeah. Oh my god. So crazy. Apparently they like gifted the earth to praying mantises.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's so many different like
Stories around that with dolphins too. And
Apparently they can, when they travel, they turn
Put your
themselves.
hand away from the viewfinder.
They turn themselves into the spaceship.
Yeah.
Like they have this consciousness where they know how to. I don't know. They can change themselves into the spaceship, so it's a part of them.
well,
It's so
that's
crazy.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of like Stephen Greer's main talking points. That a lot of these technology and whatnot is powered by consciousness and like thought. It's like the technology is ingrained in consciousness. That's how like even if it was grounded in like a physical element, even traveling at the speed of light, these places like millions of like years and speed of light away from even them and stuff like that, so that we wouldn't be able to like.
You have to be able to manipulate time
Yeah.
in order to be able to move through
Exactly.
it. Because it takes us so long to get to like the moon or Mars or something like that. Like, if aliens, like, we have to get to a point where we can manipulate time as a dimension.
Yeah, and if we can manipulate objects, literally like telekinesis is real, and you can move stuff with like your mind and whatnot. There's this other guy, Daryl Anker, who channels very similar to Abraham channels an entity called Bashar, who I used to watch a lot when I was younger, and like Bashar's explanation of like how ships work is like everything has a vibrational signature, like this bottle, me, and we think of something, we think of location being something that's like external, like to the object sort of thing. Like we put it here, whatever, but like they see location as something that's like encoded, like where you put something is now encoded in the vibrational signature of that object. So if they want something to travel, they just can change the vibrational signature of that thing, like where it's XYZ coordinate, and it doesn't travel, it just stops existing here and starts existing there. There is no traveling.
Like quantum shit.
Yeah, and that's why you just
That's
like
cool.
yeah.
Dematerialized.
That's why you see UFOs just kind of like disappear. There's no like
Oh my
it's a
god,
thing, kind of
that's so...
an interesting. I've never heard someone explain it sort of like that.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, I think pretty much about that.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Channelers are interesting. Like I'm always like getting healthy like skepticism of like heavy grain of salt, the dash of salt. Don't know if like people are just doing it for clout so they can sell shows and do these live Q&As, because like Daryl Anker does like live Q&As in these conference places so people can like ask this entity, and this entity for sure is a multi-dimensional entity. You can talk through Daryl in like a channeling state, but also have conversations with Daryl himself while Daryl's speaking through him. He sends him packets of information, which is similar to how like physics works. Like, and yeah, the packets of information will takes him like 10 seconds to send in packets of like imagery information. It takes Daryl like 4 hours to explain in like verbal words or something like that. And apparently he's like the Shire's part of an entity and a civilization, and he's here to like, and it's really interesting because Daryl's quite a reserved, quite a professional like acting character, but when he becomes the Shire, people ask these really complicated questions of like, oh, what does my dream mean? Can you interpret this? Like blah 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 blah. And there's no umming or ahhing or whatever. It's just like bam, answers it straight away, straight into consciousness. Everything is like is a live Q&A, and some of the questions like really like you have to like but yeah, and the humor is in there, and it's like he's I think of a whole other personality.
So trippy because the voice that he puts on as well, like the voice that he's speaking with is fucking
So it's like this, and he's like
so alien, and he's like,
well, the entity's called Bashar, who's called Daryl Anker. I'll show you some videos.
And he's like, he's speaking really fast too, you know, like
he predicted Trump would become president, like all these other fucking weird things.
He's either actually channeling or he's like a go freestyler. You know? Like he's a fucking go.
Or he's just like in his own psychosis. Like, and he's really good, and he's so deep in his act, he's like fooled himself. That's what I think a lot of like I think a lot of psychics like fall into. Like there is like neuro-linguistic programming, which is I think psychology, where you can get like elements of like micro expressions of people and judge their character and whatnot. Might be some psychics and whatnot who study NLP, and under the guise of psychics they pretend they can like understand people's character and actually get accurate stuff, and they realize it's a scam. But I also believe there's another side of psychics, and there's another side of psychics who might be genuine, but there's this one in the middle where it's like they don't really understand NLP, they haven't looked into it, but they're unconsciously doing it all of the time and getting like these psychological evaluations and thinking it's from the ether, and they're actually just believing and complicit in their own bullshit. The point they've actually like hypnotized and fooled themselves.
But is it bullshit if it makes sense to people though?
Well, it depends. It's like if you're saying like if I'm able to get like elements about you by the things you wear and how you speak and your mannerisms, and I can psychoanalyze you and understand who you are just from psychology. But then I say, oh, you know, the fucking Archangel Michael told me this, and I see it in like the sky, and shit like that, and like I act like it's from this holy entity, and I am like benevolent and like, you know, a psychic. That's probably like not the case because you just psychoanalyze something.
Yeah.
You realize what you're talking about.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because, like, there's. I was gonna say, like, what if our belief does form our fucking reality, and our beliefs about we can experience it to some extent, but what if our beliefs about reality as it operates is like we only see what we think is possible of happening, you know? And we only bring into our lives what we believe is possible, you know, this is manifestation, but we only see it too. So like shit like that UFO. The reason why I mentioned what I was listening to was I said, like, this chick was just saying the words, like, I don't give a fuck about her, like, you know, I'm not really into her nowadays, but like, the words were just, you know, there's more to reality than your five senses. And there is, but you only see that if you're fucking open to it. And it's like, if you have a worldview, you know, if people's worldviews are sculpting their realities, you know, and you create your own worldview and you visualize yourself to be this crazy psychic, well, you fucking bring that reality about and you see that. But it's not saying that it's any better than any other worldview either. Like, it's all illusion, you know. It's just like, what illusion do you want to keep yourself entertained with? You know, so he's entertaining himself as a psychic, and I'm entertaining myself as a rapper from the Birds, you know, whatever.
I've been to a couple of psychics, and I feel like they've been pretty accurate about things. But also at the same time, like, when you do that stuff, even when you do like a tarot reading, you're kind of almost like pulling it into existence, because like reality is so flexible, you know. Once you start visualizing something and you start really believing something, it kind of you sort of subconsciously change your behavior towards, you know, it's like simple psychology, like attitudes and beliefs and values influence your behavior. So like, so it's interesting when you change that, when you change what you visualize about and change your inner self-talk how much.
This is Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. It's an incredible book. I'd love like people to read it because he was a plastic surgeon and he ended up writing this like self-help book. But have you heard of it? You heard of Maxwell Maltz? Yeah. So the science of cybernetics. So he kind of he looks at the brain in terms of a machine that brings about your reality basically, and how you perceive yourself. Because he had these patients. He would have all sorts of patients that would come in with like depression and shit, and they would put it down to a disfigurement or their nose or they just didn't think they were pretty. They have all those people, but so these people had really bad like self-images of themselves, and some of them, fuck no, and some of them came in and would get the fix, whatever they wanted, and they would then their self-image would improve. But then you had others that would get the fix, but their self-image wouldn't improve, and he was like, "Why is this fucking happening? Like this should be, you know, they should have improved self-images." And so then he gets into like basically how what you believe about yourself becomes real, you know. And you know, if you believe you're ugly and you look in the mirror every time and what you see is ugly to you, you know, that's going to bring about more of that. You know, I don't know what I'm saying.
Even like when they go like placebo tests and stuff like that, and, you know, sugar pill and MDMA, it's like that definitely plays a role.
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting. We can
so we shape our own reality.
Yeah, we're sort of designing ourselves as we go along. And
we're co-creators.
Yeah, the thing that interests me about like human society a lot is this thing called what's it fucking called? But it's like you're designing spaces that design you in return, sort of thing. There's a term for it. Jason Sewell talks about it all the time. It'll come to me later, but it's just like.
It's like that, yeah. It's like that dude with that tiny house I was talking about. Yeah. How he designed the house according to the dimensions of his body.
Yeah.
Like, he had ratios with the dimensions of his body in his house, and he had a fucking star that lined up with the sun on his birthday and projected a star through the window, like on his fucking birthday at the exact time that he was born. That's that kind of shit, yeah.
Yeah, well, sort of like it's sort of like that, but also like what more it is like we can design like for like a cathedral is a good example. You're designing a space and acoustically making it reflect something that you want to feel. Then when you walk into a cathedral, you get a certain feeling of like this is like a holy space or whatever, and you can do it. We also do it by like the friends that we choose. You actively choose the friends that you want to hang around with, and their influences rubs up on you.
The vibe
and
attracts the tribe.
yeah, you're a byproduct of like the 5 plus people you hang around with. So all these conscious decisions, and it's also like even like you make a choice to put on a uniform, and things like that like make you feel a certain way. So it's like you're designing these spaces that design you in return. It's like you got to be conscious of like, and it's like the music you listen to will have an effect of like how you feel and how you act, sort of thing. KRS talks about this all the time, like lyrics, the lyrics that you choose and whatnot. And it's just interesting. And so it's got to be super careful of the environments that we put ourselves in and construct for ourselves, because it has this feedback loop of like designing who we are.
Yep, 100%. And that's why people, don't change, is because their environment they're only subjected to the exact same things like all their life, And so that's why people don't change, because their environment doesn't fucking change. That's why disruptive activism is fucking good, because it gets people out of that fucking mundane and like, being subjected to people standing up for what they fucking believe in. Like, I haven't been subjected to that before. People standing up for what they believe in. Sorry if I'm ranting.
Ontological design is what it's called.
Ontological design. Ontological, I've heard that word before. What does that mean?
I don't know what the etymology of the word is.
It's something like philosophy.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't know this Latin and shit.
Yeah, Latin's embedded fucking everywhere.
Yeah, well, I guess
It's like
it's like
architecting your own mind.
That's really cool shit.
Yeah.
I'd love to design like my own little tiny home around the dimensions of my body. Oh, that would be
what would it
fucking
look
sick.
like?
I have no idea. Circular, probably.
What would you make
I'd
it out
probably
of?
go circular.
Oh, you have circular. Would it be like one room?
Probably
or
circular,
double
because
story?
like we're so used to being in fucking boxes,
I
aren't
like
we? The
circular.
corners
I
and
like
shit.
hard.
Circular is like expensive for the mind.
I like my bed in the corner.
Really?
It's expensive for the mind, bro.
I feel like
Imagine
tables and
there's
shit like
corners
fit and
everywhere.
stuff
You
like
have
that.
walls
Yeah.
just have corners.
Well, birds like cages with corners. Birds shouldn't often be kept in round cages because it stresses them out. Like they seem to like.
Yeah, I don't think I ever see round cages.
Yeah, well, some people do it. It's like kind of cruel.
Yeah.
Bird owners think they like corners. It's like a safe thing. And it's like, but I guess like maybe circles would make sense because maybe we came from like caves. We live in caves. It might bring us.
Well, that's kind of the thing. It's like you're in a corner, you feel safe in your little fucking corner. You're protected in from all the harsh realities of the fucking world.
Yeah.
So
And it's
like,
good. It's really comfy. When you sit in the corner and you're just in the corner and you're just sitting there,
Yeah.
like there's support from either side.
Yeah. Back in there. Well, you get that in a circle. You'd be like, wide.
Yeah, true.
let's get off the debate of squares versus circles.
Squares versus circles. Like,
We gotta square the circle.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
so you lot
Yeah,
came
that's
back from camping in Lawn, which I missed because I was dealing with a car crash situation. Like, talk about the Mindful Militant's camping trip.
That was so good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was so much fun.
Sick.
Yeah, Lawn's so beautiful.
Mm.
It's so nice to go down there. It's so peaceful. And we found this. We were at a really nice campsite with a little lake next to us, and we had a fire going.
That lake.
Cooked dinner at the fire each night.
It's nice.
Kept warm. Just chatted about a lot of shit.
Yeah, and it was so good to have like a crew like Mindful Militants to just go do things like that. That's the second time we've done something it's probably the third time really, or fourth time that we've done something as a group, like group
Yeah, this
activities.
is the Grampians. So we've done like Grampian hikes, 3-day, like 49-kilometer hike, which was fucking great. With Andy, and we did the Sherbrooke Forest like day, monkey picking day, which was fun.
Yeah.
And
So it's just so good.
Yeah.
So good that we can just do that. That we can just use
Fun,
that app.
go
And
to surf.
we have like a crew. We can actually go out and do things, and we're keen to do things.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Get active.
Yeah, that's something Derek commended us on, in the sense that activist collectives are often always geared towards always doing serious stuff, like blah 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 blah. There's no the back end
Have fun with it.
community cohesion, creating community and a family around that. So
Exactly.
not only is your
Yeah,
activism
it makes
crew
sense.
tokenistic to that certain action of that day, it's now your lifestyle. It's a friendship group. It becomes very fibre of your being. So then living in that truth, living in alignment with your morals is just effortless, because you're not going to your activist things and then going back to your friends who live in the matrix or whatever. You can live in that truth.
Yeah.
But I'm keen for more. I'm so keen for more camping trips. And I think Matt, You said you've never been camping before.
Never.
What?
Yeah, we
What?
gotta take
You have to change that pretty soon.
Yeah, man. Like,
yeah.
half this garage is camp gear. so there's a shed around the corner. with all
How?
camp gear.
Like, why not?
It's just never, I don't know, it's just never appeared on my radar.
Damn.
Where would be the
Okay.
most epic place to go
You
camping
didn't
for
go
the first
camping as a
time
kid?
in Melbourne?
It's kind of like something I feared almost a little bit. Just one of
Probably
those things
Grampians
that
is pretty good.
you never go down that road, so
Like
you
go
just
hiking.
avoid it.
Flanky forest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've been
Yeah,
there
it's
in
a
so
good thing.
long.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Fair enough. Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
no,
cool.
even I was.
Mm.
Camping is the bomb. I used to go camping all the time as a kid. It started off with like going to Balmaring every year. It was like camping, it was also kind of glamping, so you book a site. It's like right in the beach, right near Balmaring Shops. There's like a big campground near like a boat club. And you go there and you have like your site, whatever, then you have like a shared barbecue area, tables and chairs, clothesline, a laundry, and like a shower block. And you can like charge your phone in the laundry and stuff like that. And that's really all the amenities you have. And then there's a path that's been made through the bushes that takes you straight to Balmaring Beach, which is like literally like a 45-second walk to the beach. It's fucking sick.
Oh, yes.
And it's like over a hill, so you're gonna get all the cold air.
Fuck yes.
There's all these little walking paths around that. And there's like all these other camping blocks like around it. There's like a mill park at the end of the street, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was mad because it was like you'd go there for like 3 weeks and set up a really nice campsite and always get up with my family. Yeah, it's
Where's Balmaring?
Balmaring's down in Dramana, like down the peninsula.
Speaking of which, Taris wants to do a hike at some
Yes.
point. Taris and Fiona.
Do it!
Sick.
Go for
Would you
a
be
hike.
keen on a hike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
So,
Like a
always.
multi-day,
We
multi-day.
should go to
Walhalla,
Wilson's Prom. It's
Wilson's,
so
yeah,
good
Wilson's
there.
Prom is a good
Liam?
hike. There's also Walhalla.
Sorry, Matt, would you be keen?
Yeah.
Yeah, on a hike?
Yeah.
Liam.
You were
I don't call you Liam, bro.
What
the fuck? What am I getting?
Because we have a Liam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
The
true.
ghost of Liam.
The
ghost of
That's
Liam.
what happens.
Sorry, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
You were a weapon on that last hike. We were going up steep, grampy, and
I
mountains,
was.
and you were puffing ciggies
Oh,
like
yeah,
up
sure.
the fucking hill. Like, I was amazed that you walk
Like a
down these
trooper.
hills. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
blind,
bro.
you're just like ciggy
Yeah,
hanging
bro.
out of the mouth, like
Yeah, no.
absolute bushman.
Yeah, you gotta get your body used to it, you know?
Acclimatized, like,
Get your body used to it.
You know, it comes to Everest, like they have the mask. You're just like,
Yeah, it's desensitization. It's like that's fucking like paramilitary training right there. That's like SAS shit, you know, smoke them while going up the hill. That's that teaching you. It's teaching you to like keep going when you're in when bombs are going off the side and
Really
there's smoke
test the
everywhere.
it's
How
like
you get strong with it.
it's like Dragon Ball Z where they're training in the gym and
But that's
they can
the
change the
killing
fucking they can change the depth of gravity in the fucking gym.
Yeah.
Make it really
Oh,
hard.
whoa.
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder
sick.
if they do that to people that are going to go into space.
Oh, this is on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay, so it's not real.
It's
They
not
probably
real.
do. Yeah, they do.
Probably
though.
do. I think they
Yeah.
do something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Can you change the
Chuck them
gravity?
in no gravity chambers. They have no gravity
Yeah, they
chambers
have
on
runs.
Earth. Yeah.
For
Yeah,
like
they actually have
24
chambers.
hours.
And that's
They
what
have, like-
astronauts will train. Yeah.
They have like
Uh,
they have like things that like they.
I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
I know it's a common thing. You can't
It's
just
a common
you can't create a non-gravitational field on the
Yeah, they
planet
do.
unless
They
you got
do,
some
bro.
unless you got some
They-
unless you got some reverse
They-
engineered
I
spacecraft.
feel like I've
shit,
been
bro.
one before.
True. Yeah.
There's
If
like
you can understand gravity that well, yeah.
there's like
Yeah.
cause
Yeah, that's just like
There's
train.
there's like
That's training chambers.
Yeah,
There's like-
that's like bungee jumping indoors.
they're fans though.
Isn't
They're
that
like they're like a skydiving.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
just-
fans.
Yeah.
That's fans,
I think
yeah.
it's something you go in and like
Maybe.
fucks with the electromagnetic
Oh,
field and suddenly
yeah.
you're just floating. Like
Yeah, I feel like they
Getting
almost
pushed by a
create a black
fan,
hole
that's-
if you made one of those.
that's just fucking with gravity. It's not like no.
Oh,
gravity.
just get rid of
It's
it.
just a
It's just fucking with it. Yeah.
cool. But that's
Gravity is a force to be reckoned with.
We've got another battery.
This is it's the memory card.
Oh, okay.
Battery, which the other memory card's full. So we're probably like getting close. What are we on? Time wise on
1 hour 15 on the.
Oh fuck, bro! We've already gone over.
How did
Whoa,
that
we
happen?
smashed it. Come, we didn't even get through our talking points. Like all of
Yeah,
it.
I
well,
must be stoned.
We guns at. We're getting better at this. shit.
yeah,
like
I didn't
30
even
minutes
like, I
max.
thought it'd be like 20
Fucking
minutes.
gang, man. We can talk about these other talking points.
Talking about time being distorted and shit.
Yeah,
you know, like-
that's so crazy.
Just went into a warp field.
Should we wrap it up? Right.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Wrapping it up on the Frontlines Podcast. Yeah, Frontlines Podcast. Wrapping it up, putting it in a way. I'll be chilling in the universe. I'm running with the rays. I don't go into the system. I get and I misbehave. I be getting with the pillies. I'm sitting back in the rave. Yeah. Got the microphone. I'm an ETN. I get it when I'm floating home. Hitting you with paint cans like a home loan. I don't fuck with banks. I do not want your motherfucking loans. Cause I get my own cryptocurrency. I'll be rocking with the elements. I get it overseen, oversee myself. Word up. Thank you for listening to the Misfits. Another Misfits. Shout out the Misfits podcast. Shout out to the Misfits podcast.
Shout outs to Misfits. Can you give us some promo, boys?
You're
That'd be nice.
a Melbourne-based podcast.
Yeah.
Fucking, do you have any fucking spare mics sitting around? That'd be fucking.
Dude, you may as well be a Misfit. You love them that fucking much, bro.
We
You
should
should,
have the Misfits podcast.
dude, you should fucking contact us.
We
Reach
gotta
out. Reach out.
Yeah,
we're gonna
get
keep
the
on our.
Misfits
reach
on
out.
here.
Mate, we'll keep on our YouTube podcast game, and one day we'll get
Do a collab.
Imagine all of them in here.
We'll have our Hills House
Fuck that,
podcast.
dude. That would be way too much.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening to the Frontlines
Bye.
Podcast. Available on YouTube, Spotify,
Peace out,
Google
guys.
Podcasts, coming to Apple Podcasts soon.
Thanks
They're a bit
for
more
listening.
constant verification. Thanks for listening. If you got this far, you're a G. We love you.
Yeah, till next time.
Peace.
Peace.